Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.
Feels like it's time.
Yeah.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Okay, we got a lot to talk about, and I want to be clear about this. So, a couple of things that we're going to be discussing today is going to be in relation to, obviously, the fiscal situation that's going on with the American economy at the moment. So, we're going to be discussing tariffs a lot, but I need to talk about something else first, and that's the stock market. I know that I have it in the title the way that I have it as far as the main topic being tariffs, which it is, but we need to discuss what's going on with the stock market real quick, because the tariffs are directly creating this situation. So first, what is allegedly Trump trying to do? Because some of us agree that Trump is trying to do one thing, and some of us agree that Trump is trying to do another thing. So the thing that Trump is allegedly trying to do is stop other countries from benefiting from business with America, while American businesses don't benefit with business to them. I want to be clear about this. What Trump allegedly is trying to do is trying to prevent other countries from benefiting from doing business with us, while the companies in this country do not benefit doing business with them. So let me say something about the stock market real quick. For everybody that's like, yo, the stock market is doing terrible things, he's destroying the stock market, it's still higher than it was during the 4 years of Biden's administration. I just want to throw that out there, because we always hear so much, oh, I don't get what's happening. Can't you see? Look at the disasters. Yeah, but when you guys was in charge, it was worse. And when it was worse, you guys told us it was better. I need to know how this works. I need to know how this works. Because I remember Biden saying that they had the best economy ever. Which was a lie. Because now, well, we're basically still living in Biden's economy, and Trump is trying to correct and fix it. The Democratic Party is saying, why isn't Trump fixing it quicker? But I thought it wasn't broken. Okay, so back to the stock market real quick. I need for y'all to understand what's happening. You see, when stock drops, the companies take shares that they own and sell them to the American government for bonds. So they basically sell their shares, and then they go buy bonds from the American government. Guess what happens when you buy bonds from the American government? Imagine if all of a sudden companies, for whatever the reason is, decided to buy billions and quite possibly $1 trillion in American bonds because the stock market started going down. You see how that works? I'm not finished though. Just so we could be clear. I'm far from finished. See, this is the issue. The issue is the Democratic Party has their loyal supporters focusing on problems that either don't exist, they are creating, or things that aren't actually problems, they're good things. So instead of the Democratic Party saying, there's problems out there that the Republicans aren't trying to fix, and we'll focus on trying to fix these problems because there's going to be a demographic that's going to favor these problems being fixed over many of the other problems, right? Instead of them doing that, what they decide to tell you is things that aren't problems are problems. Things that don't exist are problems. And the things that they created, somebody else created, but they are problems. So pay attention. Not only are they buying the bonds from the American government, but also the American government gets to write off trillions of dollars of debt. I'm going to say this again. I need for you to understand. The American government not only gets people buying their bonds, which brings in income, obviously, but they also get to write off large parts of the debt. So basically, the Democrats don't want the Republicans to fix the things that they broke because they need the things that they broke to be broke in order for them to get elected. Donald Trump is fixing everything that they break. So now when it's their turn to go try to get elected, they can't do anything but complain about the things that we actually want. Pay attention. It's genius. So whatever Trump says, the Democrats are going to want the opposite. So all Trump has to do is see what people want the most of. That's it. We're about to get to the tariffs. Give me 2 seconds, Johan. That's it. He doesn't have to do anything else. All he has to do is promote whatever's the most popular thing that the most people want. And the Democrats is going to do all the work for him. Bananas. We need to get to the tariffs. Give me 1 second. I just want to explain the stock market so you can understand why the tariffs have created that situation. The tariffs created the stock market situation, which is going to create the situations that I'm talking about right now and are. Johan says, I voted for Trump, but he never said anything about pain. He said he would bring prices down quick. Quick is relative. And egg prices are down 62%. And egg prices is the main price people was talking about over everything else other than gas. Gas is also down in almost every state with the exception of the West Coast states. California, Oregon, Arizona and Nevada. I think there's one other state. With the exception of those states, gas prices is also down everywhere also. So he's actually is bringing prices down. So I need you to explain. I don't know what the complaint is. If there is one, it might not be one. But if there is a complaint, I don't understand what the complaint is. That's something that good for you hurts. You know, they give you anesthetics during surgery. Just saying. in any regard. Okay, just tell me what I'm lying about real quick before I kick you. So just tell me what I'm lying about. Matter of fact, I don't even want to know. Go get another account and come back, because that's what you're going to do. Here you go. In any regard. So look, listen, pay attention. When the market goes down, for whatever the reason why the market goes down, I'm going to explain that in 2 seconds. But when the market goes down, for whatever reason the market goes down, these companies are losing money. To prevent them from losing more money, they buy bonds from the American government. Guess what bonds are? Insured by the American government. Guess who else buys bonds? Just so we can be clear, so you can understand the logic and the thinking. Banks. All of your money that's in a bank is backed by a bond. I don't really want to get too far into this because that's going away from what I'm talking about. I'm just explaining it so you can know I know what I'm talking about. I'm just explaining so you can know I know what I'm talking about. But I don't really want to get too far into this, just so we could be clear. But basically, bonds are insured by the American government. So it's basically, in theory, backed by whatever is backing our money. It's not the gold reserves anymore, but it is whatever it is. Guess it's the oil business that we was doing over there. Anyway, in any regard. So that makes it so that the government not only could write off billions, quite possibly trillions, quite possibly trillions of dollars, just so we could be clear. Billions, quite possibly trillions of dollars, right? But also, they're selling bonds and they're writing off debt. Those are the two things. I forgot what, because I was kicking somebody. They're selling bonds and they're writing off debt. It sounds like good business. Now let's talk about those 50 countries and why those 50 countries are doing this. So one of the things that the tariffs are creating that the Democrats hate. Now, if you own a company that manufactures in Taiwan, let's say, Taiwan is the biggest microchip manufacturer on the planet. You need certain materials to make these microchips or whatever that they're putting in, whatever. You need certain minerals, right? That's why the mineral deal with the Ukraine is important, and that's why the mineral deal with Russia is important. If you understand what Trump is doing, he's trying to be able to get all of the minerals that we don't have in America, and or be able to get a surplus of materials that goes to the companies in America that's building the future of the world. Do you understand? Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. So with Taiwan, basically, by him making tariffs, that means that the companies in Taiwan need to move their business to America. Because anything that's shipped into America from Taiwan, or from a Taiwanese company, or from a company that originated in Taiwan, is going to be taxed. So guess what happens in Taiwan? The country of Taiwan loses that business. Because now it's not as profitable for an American company to have a manufacturing business in Taiwan. They might as well have the manufacturing done in America. They're only having it done in Taiwan, and pardon me, that's an argument for a different type of company. My apologies. That company will go for something like a company like Nike that makes sneakers. A company like any American company that has like made in China, any American company that has like made in Taiwan, made in the Philippines, or anything like that. Any of those companies, not necessarily microchip companies. So my apologies. I was talking about companies in general and why they would do that. As far as with the microchip companies in Taiwan, guess who is the biggest purchaser of anything as far as a country goes on the planet, America. So if you want to be able to sell your goods in America at a competing rate with other businesses that are also selling their goods in America, the biggest market on the planet, and if you are manufacturing in another country by shipping it here, you then have to make the price so high that people are going to go to your competitor. Y'all complaining about being able to buy things that are just like other things. Why don't y'all want to buy American-made goods? I don't get that. I remember growing up, watching TV, and when stuff said made in America, it mattered. So they said it on every commercial where something was made in America. Why don't we hear made in America anymore? I told this story a while back. I'm going to tell this story again. So before I was born, my father worked at the Ford Motor Plant. There was a Ford Motor Plant in New Jersey. My father worked there before I was born. That Ford Motor Plant allowed my father the ability to, before I was born, raise 3 kids. He also allowed family members and took care of them. So we lived in a private house. 2-family private house. He allowed for other family members to come and stay with him and took care of him. Just so we could be clear. And apparently he had like a Trans Am. He used to race people and he was really good at driving. My father was a truck driver. He was like really good at driving, and apparently there was like a period in the 70s where he had like this Trans Am that was badass. So when I was like 2 and 3 years old, every one of his friends I met, that's all they talked about was his car. So, you know, at one point my pops was the dude. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. In any regard, when he was working at that Ford Motor Plant and that Ford Motor Plant moved, you know how many people were out of work? So the fact that Trump is bringing so many of these businesses and creating a situation where so many of these companies have decided that they're going to move their manufacturing from wherever the hell it is into America is a big deal. Why are they doing this? Because the stock market is going crazy right now. People are scared. You have stock in some company that has no manufacturing in America. That company is about to not be able to freaking do business in America, damn near. You panicking. People selling stock like crazy. Just so we could be clear. Why do you think you have all of these countries? Now we to the conversation. Why do you think that we have all of these countries calling Trump? You know how the Democrats keep telling you that these countries, you're going to do tariffs and it's going to only be bad for America. All the other countries is going to be happy about it and whatnot. Then why are the presidents of all of these other countries and the monarchs and the rulers and whoever the hell is in charge of all of these other countries calling America because they want to negotiate? Because they don't want those companies to leave their country. Because some of these countries, that company is the biggest freaking employer. Imagine if a company that was your first, second, and third biggest employer moved. They had no longer use for doing business in your country. What you think is going to happen to your country's economy? Y'all playing with Trump. And the Democrats don't understand how economy works. They don't understand how money works. They don't. I'm just being honest with you. I've had and this is no disrespect to anyone. Zero disrespect to anyone. I think a lot of the misinformation is primarily due to the lies that's coming from the Democratic hierarchy, the actual elected politicians. I think because of the lies that they're saying, their voting public, the people who want to have confidence in them, the people that want to believe in them, the people that want to believe that they're doing the right thing and they're fighting the right fight. I genuinely do not think that the majority of the people who are extremists on the left are bad people. I do not think that. And I'm talking about the extremists, just so we could be clear. I'm not talking about the regular Democrat who they want to have faith and now they say, oh man, this is not working out. I'm kind of happy that that chick ain't get back in the office. I'm kind of happy that Trump won, because there's more Democrats like that than there are people who voted for Trump and regret it. I promise you. We need, and I'm going to say this again, we need for all of the people who are the head of the Democratic Party to go away. The Democratic Party needs new leadership, new direction, and they're not going to be able to win over the Democratic Party unless the new people in the new direction get on board with some of the things that Trump is doing. Because everything that he's doing, the American people want. I seen a video the other day of some Mexican dude. He has his own podcast, and he was busy talking about how, no, Spanish people really do want these individuals that don't belong here to be deported. This whole thing where all Spanish people are against the deportation of illegals, that's not real. I told you that wasn't real, though. But that's not real. That's the furthest thing from real. First of all, you want to know who want all of these people that don't belong here deported? Puerto Ricans. You want to know why? Because they don't even need, they're American. They're Spanish. They are 100% American. They don't give a damn about your freaking politics. I promise you, unless it's just the individual that give a damn, like there's black people that give a damn and other people who are not Latin that give a damn. They don't give a damn. So anyway, this Mexican dude that I heard talking was basically saying, no, him and his people over there that are Mexican, they want him out. I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to get back to the tariff situation. My apologies. But I want to tell you who got hurt the most. That was the illegal that's been here for 20 and 30 years. Got a whole entire family that wasn't nobody thinking about. That was doing everything, being a good American citizen. Probably get into an argument here, scrape there. Probably even went to jail once or twice, but did not get deported. You know, to jail like drunkenness in public or street fighting or some shit. I don't know. Nothing serious. This is my point. Hopping the turnstile or something. Nothing serious. That's who I feel bad for. Because many of them, they got families that are American. Now they got to leave them. I feel bad for them. And I'm not blaming the individuals that came in illegal, just so we could be clear. I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming the Biden administration that helped create the problem. Because we've always had illegals, but we didn't have a mass invasion. So now you got every country calling Trump because they want to negotiate. They want to get to zero taxes. Pardon me, zero tariffs. They can't do it. You know what I'd do if I was Trump? I'd hit him in the head. You see, pardon me, just so we could be clear, Trump is also giving benefits to companies that have their manufacturing in America. So let's say the country, they're producing whatever the product is in China. So they're shipping it from, I don't think he's never dropping the tariffs on China. Let's do another place. So they making a product in Korea. China took us to court. You know that, right? We're in court right now, I believe, with China. So they ship it from Korea, right? So let's say the zero tariffs on anything coming from Korea. So they ship it from Korea into America, zero tariffs. But the American company is getting tax benefits for employing American workers. So even though they don't have to pay a tariff, they're not getting the benefit. So this company that made their product in America can still sell it at a lower price and get the business. Sometimes I just don't think people understand how this works. So when I was a teenager, I get out of high school. I took a couple of years off, I was just doing what I wanted to do, man. I ain't gonna cap. Mostly just working out, exercising, and just outside. I was just outside. So I'm gonna explain this. Hey, what's up, Miss McGillicuddy? How you doing this morning? Oh, I actually did have a pretty nice weekend. It was pretty good. I met some people. I spoke to some people that I care a lot about that I didn't speak to in the whole week. So, not all of them, but, you know. ArcG is making a point. He says a lot of people been here for years. He said, and yes, that's why I can't be mad at ICE for removing them, because they never filed for membership. They never filed for citizenship. You are correct. But I still feel bad for them because they were doing everything else other than filing for citizenship that they needed to do. There are a lot of good people that were good for their communities and good for America that are going to and have been deported. And it's because of the Biden administration, not because of the Trump administration. When you bleed, do you get mad at the Band-Aid? Or do you get mad at the cut? The person who created the cut? Or do you get mad at the cut? What do you get mad at? The knife, the Band-Aid, or the cut? Because Trump's the Band-Aid. Right? The problem is the cut. And the knife was the Democratic Party. The Biden administration. So who do you get upset at? And I think that that's more of what the conversation is than anything else. And I think that that's where many of the extreme leftists just have it wrong. Like I told you, I'm speaking to a guy. He's a very intelligent guy, very kind, good guy, has a beautiful family. I need a family. As soon as I get a girlfriend, I'm going to try to put a baby in her. So, probably not as soon. That was more of a joke that if you know me, you'll understand. Like, that would just be I would be like, even if it was like everybody was on board, for me, it'd be something that it'd be a struggle for me to make that. Anyway, I don't want, let me just get back to the show. I'm thinking of a lot of jokes that I can't say. Let me just get back to the show. In any regard. So that's upsetting, just so we can be clear. I was about to tell you a story. I forgot what it was real quick, though. I got distracted a little. I get distracted a little. In any regard. That's why I need a co-host, to be perfectly honest with you. Hopefully somebody smart, intelligent, a little bit witty. Sarcasm is good. And not necessarily as lively as I am. Somebody with a slightly different personality. It'd be good. I'm trying to tell you. I need to be on camera with people with a different personality than me, not the same. If y'all remember, we did shows with people previously, and they were all trying to copy my energy. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, and I'm not gonna lie, that always felt weird to me. Like, why are you trying to copy my energy? Like, I don't get that. And whatever the fuck that meant. You know what I'm saying? So it always felt weird to me. Shout out to that. But people, just be yourself. Like, if I inspire you to do something, please do it. Don't get it confused. But I also, the beauty of being a human being is the individuality that we have. And that's another issue why, I understand the want and need for people to want to feel like they're unique, because there's nothing wrong with that. We should all feel like we're unique. The issue is that, especially in our school systems, we're being trained and taught to be binary. And that's what people aren't getting. We're being trained and taught that you are this way and you are this way. And then people are going to say, yeah, but look at this new LGBTQ movement with the transitioning and everything. Yeah, but I'm not talking about it on the aspect of sexuality. That's the issue. That's a whole nother issue. I'm talking about on the aspect of how we think, motivate, and what we're engineered to do. You think that it's a surprise that in many of our communities, the youth are doing the wrong thing? What do our communities have that can gear them towards doing something constructive? You know how many grown ass adults have all the time in the day and can't set aside, and this is no disrespect to anybody, but can't set aside an hour or two to spend some time with some developing minds to try to give them some kind of constructive thing to do? Everybody is concerned with their own problems. I got a shitload of problems going on over here. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to do the right thing. So maybe I'm just looking at the world a little bit different than everybody else. Do I get down sometimes? We all do. Do I need time to myself sometimes? We all do. But that doesn't stop me from doing the thing that God put in my heart. Figure out what God put in your heart. Figure out what the devil is trying to do with you. Because God put something in your heart, but the devil is trying to do something with you. Satan is trying to use everything that God loves against God. Because the number one thing Satan is trying to do is to turn humans, us, against the Lord and make us hate God. So be mindful. Pay attention to what you subscribe to. Don't just agree with something because it's the popular thing to agree with. Sometimes I be in conversations with my friends and I don't immediately agree to the thing that they're talking about. Sometimes I just never do, but sometimes I don't immediately agree to the thing that they're talking about. Right? And to them, I'm being difficult. But to me, I'm not being difficult. I just don't see it the way that you see it. That's it. I'm not going to just agree with you. You're my friend. I respect you. I love you. But I'm not going to just agree with you. We're not doing that. Because you might be getting ready to do something that might hurt you. I might not even be in any danger. I'm not going to lose anything. Nothing bad could happen to me in this situation, but something bad could happen to you. And if I'm not there to voice my opposition, then what kind of friend am I? But I am still going to be supportive. And if we're doing it, we're doing it. Just so we clear. Unless, like, I think one of us is going to die, then we got to... I'm not going to have my life on your conscience, fam. We go into the thing, I'll be the one to perish. Now you like this for the rest of your life. Frost. I'm not going to have my life on your conscience, fam. Let's get back to what we're talking about. We're talking about terrorists and shit. Part of my language. So let's get back to tariffs conversation. So I want to be clear about this. The title of the video real quick is over 50 countries have contacted Trump to negotiate tariffs. Remember when the Democrats told y'all that every country is just going to raise all of the prices on everybody and that's what everybody is going to do? Trump doesn't know what he's talking about. Now that is not happening, I want to know what the liberals are going to complain about regarding this situation. They can't complain about that no more. That's literally not happened. They're going to still complain about it. They're still going to say that the lie that they're saying is going to happen. I promise you 100%. Also, do you notice that there's barely any black people at these rallies anymore? You want to know why? Because the person that pays the people to be at the rallies said that they don't want to pay black people no more. Do y'all remember when I told y'all that the only reason why the Democratic Party panders to black people is to get our vote? And once our vote doesn't help them get elections, they're going to stop pandering to us. Do anybody remember when I told you that? I 100% told you that. I told you that during the election season. We spoke about this during the election season. Why am I so consistently correct, even when I think I'm talking about some random thing that don't mean nothing, when I'm just telling y'all just something off the top of my head because we're just talking? Why am I so consistently correct? So I'm correct about the stuff that I'm trying to be correct about, and I'm also correct about the secondary things on the side, the peripheral things. I'm also correct about those things. So why is it that everybody hates me again? All these people, not everybody, but all these people that hate me, why is it they hate me again? What did I do to them? They're not going to be able to tell you a thing that I did to them, by the way. But what did I do to them? They're just mad that I get on the internet and I tell y'all what's going to happen. And then the thing that I say is going to happen happens. Is that what they were upset about? I keep explaining this. Either I'm just really smart, or God is talking to me. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. I'll take either. I'm fine with either, fam. One would obviously be more incredible than the other, but I'm fine with either. You know how I constantly say, you know how everything I say happened? Tell me the last time I said something was going to happen and it didn't happen. Let's do that game. Let's see how many years people have to go back to when I said something was going to happen and it didn't happen. Let's see how many years they got to go back. They probably got to go back like 8, 9 years or some shit. 7, 8 years. Like, yo, Frost, remember when you said this over years? You know how many years they have to go back to find something that I said that did not happen? I'm just saying. Either I'm really, really smart. Like, don't even understand my own intelligence smart. Or God is talking to me. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. The videos are still up, by the way. I'm just very grateful. I just want to take a second and just say how grateful I am to the Most High. I'm so grateful. You couldn't imagine. Like, I am grateful. He makes sure I don't want or need for like almost anything. I mean, us as human beings want. Don't get this confused. There's things that I want, but he makes sure I don't need for anything. I just got to live the life that he puts down the breadcrumbs and want me to follow. And that's the life that I want to live. So God literally just loves me for being me. I got a lot of work to do. But I just feel so blessed and I am so grateful. I love when I see the people around me get blessed. And I'm also fortunate enough to be around people that God do bless regularly. Let's get back to what we talking about. What time we got? Sheesh, it's only 9:25. How long I been live? 40 minutes, that's it? Oh, Lord. Pardon my language. Anyway, I'm ready to go. I didn't have... All right, hold on. Hold on. All right, let's get some stuff going on. Sheesh. All right, so hold on. Let's see. Countries calling Trump. Countries calling Trump to negotiate, right? I'm not sure it's to negotiate. Negotiate? I don't know how to spell negotiate. Literally looked in my mind's eye. It was like, I don't know how to spell that word. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate the fact that I'm as honest as I am. I really hate it. I wish I was a little less honest. My life would just be easier. All right, let's go to this right here. Global markets plunge on Trump's tariff turmoil. What did I tell you? Just so we could be clear. The first thing that we discussed here was how the markets are plummeting. And I told you that they're plummeting because of the tariff situation. Now let's see what they said the reasoning was. Trump urges patience and warns against panic as markets drop. Don't be a panicking? Don't be a panicking. I have no idea. Is that really what he wrote? Is it supposed to be like American or I don't know. In any regard, the United States is a chance to do something that should have been done decades ago. Don't be weak. Don't be stupid. Don't be a panicking. A new party based on weak and stupid people. Did he come up with that bullshit? Where did they get that from? Hold on. Hold on. Where did they get that from? Because this is too much. Hold on. Hold on. I wrote a panicking. Shit. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. Sheesh. Okay, Miss McGillicuddy, appreciate you as always, baby girl. Enjoy your job. Yo, this is crazy. So that's a new... Sheesh. So they said that's a new political party. Oh, man. What the hell, fam? I'll stop laughing at them. It's funny, though. Really funny. A new party based on weak and stupid people. Or you put this on Truth Social. Be strong, courageous, and patient. And greatness will be the result, he went on. I mean, Trump was riding his markets traded sharply. Lower in Asia and Europe, and U.S. futures tumbled. Earlier this morning, Trump defended the U.S. economy and claims tariffs will boost revenue. Oh, man. I don't feel so good now. Jeez. Every country wants to negotiate now because Trump is going to make the people, because of what the tariffs is going to do. These companies are only building their These companies are only manufacturing in whatever country they're in because of it's a benefit, a financial benefit. You get it? So they're in whatever country they're in. They're in America. A lot of these American companies. But they're manufacturing in whatever country that they're manufacturing. And the primary reason is it's a financial benefit. So Trump is removing the financial benefit. He's doing two things. One is the tariffs. But the second thing is he's giving people a tax. I forgot what he's doing with the taxes. But basically, you're getting a... But from building and manufacturing in America and then selling those goods in America, he's giving you tax like bonuses and shit like that. So your business is going to be able to have tax relief. Basically, there's going to be things in place that allow for them to sell the product at a lower price and still make money. See, the company doesn't want to sell whatever the object is at a high price. They just want to make a certain percentage of money off of each unit. So when you have a product that you're selling, let's say it's this pen. You say, okay, how much does it cost to manufacture this pen? Right? So we understand how much it costs now to manufacture this pen. So what do we want? Our how much do we want to make off of each unit? Now, based off of how much we make off of each unit, we want to make off of each unit, and then we take that away from how much it costs to manufacture the pen. We add that to how much it costs to manufacture the pen. So we want to make this much off of each unit. It costs this much to manufacture the pen. We add that together, right? And then whatever taxes or anything on top of that, boom, right? And then we put it out to market. Now, let's say, just for argument's sake, that before we put it out to market to sell it, now the government is saying, well, we're going to give you these type of benefits and those type of benefits. So now when you sell the product, you can even lower the price even more. You're still going to make your price point. You only wanted to make a certain amount of money off of the pen. Now you're going to make that amount of money off of the pen and you can sell it at a lower price. And by selling it at a lower price, that allows you to sell more pens. You understand how business works? I don't know if I'm saying that too fast for some people. I got people trying to get me to go outside so they can harass me. They are so pissed off. In my afternoons, I work at a youth center. That's the most fulfilling thing that I'm doing with my day. I love doing that. I can do that until I die and be happy. Just so we can be clear. I was never after fortune. I was never after fame. I'm just doing the thing. That's it. I just want a family, a wife, and some kids. That's it. That's it. Other than that, there's not anything on earth that I want other than that. Just so we can be clear. God's love. First and foremost, and then the family. Other than that, there's not a thing I want. I don't want nothing. People just think that I do, so they treat me weird. But other than that, I don't want nothing. There's not anything that somebody could offer me. There's not anything. I don't want nothing. I want God's love. I want to be doing what God wants me to do. And I want a family, and that's it. There's nothing else. Maybe I want something else also, but those two things is paramount of importance with me. And I've wanted those things my whole entire life. That's never going to change. So, I'm fine. I go outside when I go outside. If I had a wife, I go outside. We'll go do content somewhere. Go be fun. We'll go eat out somewhere. We'll do mukbangs or some shit. I don't know. But generally speaking, I don't. You go out and... I just want to say this. Some of us don't really... We don't do this because we want to be famous. Some of us don't like the attention. And then people think there's something wrong with you because you don't really like the attention. They think, because if they was you, they'd be hamming it up. But you just don't really like the attention, You find just being chill. You just want to go to the store, man. I just want some water from the store, man. That's it. Pick up some groceries. That's it. It is what it is. I think when Dave Chappelle said that he just moved to a small town and just does everything financially for the small town and that gives him peace, I wish that could be my situation. Like if I had millions and stuff like that, I would do so much. Like this community is the type of community that it could work in, because I don't really want to be in a small town nowhere. But if I had to move to a small town, yep, I'd do everything just so I could live a normal life, just so I could just be regular and people just treat me like a regular person. Hell yeah, what the fuck? In a second, because this is, I know a lot of y'all think y'all want this, but you don't really want this. They got this new thing where there's people that wait for me to come outside so they could just walk by me and smoke cigarettes next to me all day. I promise you that's happening. I promise you. So I just take that as those is people that God want me to stay away from. So every single time I see somebody do that, I know they the enemy. Period. Hands of God. I know they the enemy. Every single time I see somebody look at me and just light up a cigarette or purposely try to bring cigarette smoke around me, I know that's Satan. I know that's the enemy. I know never, ever to befriend that person. What time we got? 9:30. Time going so slow. I'm about to end the show though. I'm just gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna end it before I lose my ability to concentrate as well as I'm concentrating right now, because I'm not concentrating very well right now. I have a lot on my mind, and I think I'm doing a pretty decent job, but I'm telling you right now, my mind is absolutely clouded, and I 100% has something else on my mind. Someone else, whatever the case is. But, we're going to cut the show short. Trump is right about the tariffs. I wish people understood the economy. And the Democratic Party turned their black backs on the black people once they figured out that no matter how many people vote for, no matter how many blacks vote, they don't need the black vote. They need the black influence. See, that's what people don't get. They don't care about the black vote. They care about the black influence. Let me explain something to you real quick. Let me show you something. And this is why when I see black people so stuck on the Democratic Party, I'm like, man, I mean, I love you. I really do. Nah, I don't even want to hit that button. Hitting that button might do something. I don't trust none of them things. Even when you press no, it creates an action on the page. So I used to build websites. So I prefer not to click anything. That's why you see me often just go into another page. All right, they talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. Hold on. I want to see something. Look, right here. Kamala won 78% of black men's vote. Black women still blame black men, though. I just want to be clear about something. Even though if 100, what do you mean? Okay, Lawrence Johnson, I'll give you a second to explain your point up until you either just start lying out flat or insulting me. Put your next point. It's way easier for you to stay if you're lying out flat than if you're insulting me, because once the insult comes, I'm just kicking you. Well, I didn't say this was about conservative or liberal, so you're putting words in my mouth. You get one more opportunity to try to put words in my mouth. National exit polls show Vice President Kamala Harris received 78% of black men's vote. So why is black women still blaming black men? If she received 78% of black men's vote, that means that even if she would have got 100% of black men's vote, she still would have lost. She would have still lost. So allegedly, hey, he gets one more chance. I give him one more chance because he's just gonna lie or insult me, or So I'll leave it up there so y'all can see the foolishness real quick. Because what they're gonna do is, people love to. This is called, I forgot what Nancy Pelosi called it, but Nancy Pelosi called it a thing. So what people do is it's called the wrap-up smear. So basically they're trying to do a wrap-up smear to me right now. You understand? They're somewhere else lying, saying that I'm wrong about something. Then they're going to come here, create like some kind of bullshit, say a whole bunch of lies, say a whole bunch of things that aren't correct. And then when I kick them, they're going to go back to the other platform and say, see, I was right. He kicked me. When in reality, I didn't kick them for being right. I kicked them because of their behavior. So just so we can be clear about what's about to happen. In any regard, I'm not lying or insulting you. The fact is, things are going to cost more if the jobs are back here. So I need for you to understand this before I say anything else. Homeboy said things are going to cost more if the jobs come back. Now, before we even discuss the jobs coming back, all of the other nations are currently calling Trump. Why are they calling Trump? Because they want zero tariffs. I just want to explain to you how this person does not know what they're talking about as politely as possible. So if this guy was correct in any way, shape, or form, PBS, they're about to go away. Why are they about to go away? Because they're about to get their government funding cut. Because they're a liberal freaking page. Just so we can be clear. So the people who hate Trump said this. Top administration official says Sunday that more than 50 countries targeted by Trump's new tariffs have reached out to begin negotiations over the sweeping import taxes that have sent financial markets reeling, raised fears of a recession, and upend global trading system. So if Trump is doing the wrong thing, why would 50 countries be calling him? They wouldn't be. So this is not me saying you're wrong. This is a financial, is this the financial aspect of this page or just, I don't know if this is the financial aspect of this page, but this is the PBS News saying you're wrong. Hold on, let's see how else they're saying you're wrong while you're in the comments saying you're right. The higher rates are set to be collected beginning Wednesday, ushering in a new era of economic uncertainty with no clear end in sight. Treasury Secretary Scott Bassett said unfair trade practices are not the kind of thing you can negotiate away in days or weeks. So only an idiot. I'm not talking to you, even though this is what you're saying in our chat. I'm not talking about you. But only an idiot would think that in the matter of days or weeks, you can fix this problem. I'm not talking about you, even though earlier you said that Trump is wrong. A person with a 401k knows that. So Trump is wrong and you got a 401k. So you know that, right? You know 100%. First of all, you don't have a 401k. You know how I know you don't have a 401k? Because I know a ton of people that have 401ks, and they said that when Trump was president, the last time he was president, their 401ks went through the roof. That's just a fact. So you don't even have a 401k. You're just talking. Just talking. Now, every single person in the chat that has a 401k know what I just said is true. Every single one that ever watches this video that has a 401k know what I'm saying is true. Every single person that's watching this video that knows anybody with a 401k know what I'm saying is true. So, what are you talking about? You're not lying. Hold on, and one more lie, just so we can be clear. One more proof that this person doesn't know what they're talking about, because I'm only showing proof that they don't know what they're talking about at this point. That's not a new concept. Every country wants zero tariffs. Then why, when President Trump initially said something about zero tariffs, what was Mexico not agreeing to it? Why, when President Trump said something about zero tariffs initially, Canada wasn't agreeing with it? You said every country, correct? I'm assuming you said every country because it says it right there. Why, when President Trump said zero taxes, China didn't agree with it? You said every country, right? I just named 3. It just named 3. Just so we could be clear. I can name more. China. Which Korea was it? Okay? So, just so we can be clear. No one wants to pay taxes, but all of those countries want American companies to pay tariffs when they ship into their so you don't even know how this works. I mean, could I kick him now? Or are y'all entertained by this person not knowing what they're talking about? Or could I kick him now? Let me know what y'all guys think. If y'all don't want me to kick him, I won't kick him. But obviously, this person does not know what they're talking about. They know nothing about economy. They do not have a 401k, and they're just in here lying. They're just liars. Their pants are perpetually on fire. Just so we can be clear. Anything else you want to say for me to prove wrong? I've literally just proved every single thing that they said wrong. Kick them. Kicked. So y'all don't know about the person that was in here. The few said kick him. And what I'm saying by that is when y'all watch this after the fact, sheesh. Hold on. I want y'all to see this real quick because it's going to look like I'm crazy, right? But hold on. I just want y'all to see this real quick. I hate when I have to click the thing. And then I just want y'all to see this person so y'all can see I'm not crazy. Because if you watch the thing on replay, what's going to happen is y'all not going to be able to see the comments. So people like to say I'm talking to myself. Like the people that I'm talking to like to then make videos saying I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to anybody. So check this out. Let me do this real quick. So I'm talking to this idiot right there. Y'all can see the whole conversation. That guy. I proved every single thing that this person's saying to be wrong with just only a few clicks on the keyboard. Just a few clicks. Didn't take many. This person is not very intelligent. Yeah, somebody was like, go outside. I have peace inside. There's very few things in this world I'm searching for above peace. Only thing I'm searching for above peace is God and the family. That's it. There's nothing else I'm searching. There's nothing else I'm interested in more than peace. Nothing. So y'all can see what was going on. Yeah, that's no peace in those situations. Nice. So y'all can see I wasn't talking to myself. There was a guy in here, and a very unintelligent man. Or a person. I don't know what they were. In any regard. I haven't been doing the Tonight Show for many a reason. But if I get back tonight and I still got some energy, I'm not too tired, I'm not too wore out, we're going to do a Tonight Show and then go straight into gaming. Straight into gaming. We're not even going to cut the live. We're going to do a Tonight Show and go straight into gaming from a Tonight Show. I am actually ready to go. It's just early, and I know I didn't give a couple of people an opportunity to come in here and talk or come in here and see what we got going on. But yeah, people are crazy, fam. I promise you. To be me, I've been. Shout out to the Most High, glory be to God, Jesus King. We've been pretty accurate on a lot of our content over here. This accurate. Some of it has been pinpoint accurate.
And that's the fourth one. I should have all four. And everyone's dead. Yeah, they're all dead now. They're all burning. Oh, one trash. And then one slam. And that's the point.
Okay, so they fixed it. Okay, so I'm gonna start using. Okay, my apologies. In any regard, once again, the people who are saying Trump is doing the wrong thing, they don't know what they're talking about. They have obvious agenda. Cecilia Thomas says Lawrence is a dummy. I think that we shouldn't make fun of our less educated Americans. He didn't have the opportunity, obviously, to receive the type of education that will allow for him to be able to discuss matters of importance with some, of relevance with some type of understanding. So he doesn't have the ability to discuss relevant topics with understanding. I don't think we should make fun of him. So let's not call him a dummy. Let's pray for him, Let's pray for him, right? We're going to do that. That was whoever that was the person, by the way. I just kicked him. Somebody else came here. I'm not going to show y'all all of the stuff, but I just kicked him. Go get another account. I'll kick that one too. We're about to get up out of here though. Is there any questions or anything? I enjoy what I do, fam. We have a basketball tournament that's coming up. I showed y'all the paper, right? Hold on. We got to redo all of this stuff. But we got a basketball tournament coming up. Like, I can't even explain some of this stuff, fam. So, I love what I'm doing. If I do any, like, I love what I'm doing. When I was loving doing this, y'all hated me. I'm somewhere where I can do something, love the thing that I'm doing, and I don't really have to get hate for it while I'm doing it. So, I love what I'm doing. I literally think about it all day, but that's one person's fault for the most part. But yeah, I love what I'm doing, man. Love what I'm doing. You just gonna have to be mad. Don't know what to tell you. In any regard, I'm gonna let y'all go. I know we ending the show early. I'm gonna let y'all go. I think I said everything that I was gonna say. I don't really have any more to expound on this particular topic at the moment. Once again, all of these other nations, all of these other countries, Glenn Ortega. Shout out to Glenn Ortega. I didn't see the whole interview. What I did see was him talking about Diddy. 6ix9ine could have been came back to the game. He could have been came back to the game. He didn't really need to leave the game. It was just that I'm not going to never stress this enough. I don't talk about this much, but I'll say it. So as everybody know, I interviewed a couple of people that was in 6ix9ine's inner circle, right? So shout out to them, right? So want to explain this. One of the ideas that I had that he should do, he actually did, but they just did it wrong. They did it with the wrong type of heart. They didn't do it with love. They didn't do it with kindness. They did it with malice, and they did it with vengeful thoughts. So it didn't work out. And that was when I said that he should just expose the people who are the other people who are snitches. He should just expose them. Remember when I said that? And then he did try to do the expose thing, but it was the way that he did it. I wanted to make a whole show out of it. Remember, we had the snitching in. I wanted him to come on the snitching in. But, and I'm not going to say who, because I don't want to get into it. The person is never going to say my name, and they're going to act like they don't know who I exist. So I'm not even going to say their name, and I'm not going to go into it. But somebody told him, you don't need him. Just do it yourself. What you going to pay him for? He already giving you free publicity. You don't got to pay him. 6ix9ine don't like paying people. I heard this from numerous different individuals. He don't like paying nobody. He pay me. We do the snitching in the way that I wanted to do it. He don't got to lead the game. That's just a fact. I already made the show. Go look up the snitching in. BBNNETWORK, the snitching in. Go look it up. Y'all see the shows I was making. I ain't got a cap. See, the problem is this. I'll have an idea, and then I'll start laying the groundwork and preparing to make it happen. And then at some point or another, I got to bring other people along with me. But everybody got to put something in the damn dish. I don't need nobody to put nothing in the dish unless I ask you to put something in the dish. I just need you to stir that bowl. I just need you to turn that oven. I just need you to walk out with that tray. That's it. So I'll be setting up stuff, And then individuals will come and they be like, well, I think you should do this. I think you should do that. Now, all of the work that I already did to get to this point, it don't mean nothing. They just threw all of my hard work away. And that's how I felt about that. Just threw all of my hard work away. I had you perfectly set up. Perfectly. They couldn't have been set up no more perfect. I had street niggas that's in the street right now ready to get on and defend him. Street niggas in the street right now ready to get on and be like, yo, but they broke it first. They fucked up first. I had street dudes. Hold on, a few. Did I not have gang members come on and say, nah, the other dudes messed up first? Did I not? Or am I capping? So I had it perfectly set up for them. And this happens whenever I'm trying to do anything. Because I don't tell everybody the whole plan. So you can't go do it on your own. I tell people like 35% of the plan, man. I don't even tell them 50. I tell them about 25, 35% of the plan. I leave out parts that make it impossible for you to do it without me. Impossible. You might be able to do something, but you won't be able to do the thing that I was going to head us to do. So 6ix9ine never had to go anywhere. He chose to. I was going to have him in a suit. Talking. And an actual interview. Not what the hell kind of interviews he was giving. Because he wasn't giving interviews. He just wanted to talk. You have to explain to this guy. I get it. You want to be the most gangster nigga ever. I need you to go watch I need you to go watch Godfather and pay attention to Michael Corleone. I need you to do that. And then after that, I want to have a discussion with you about what we're going to do. Because I need that energy. That energy. The world is ready for a transformation. You just got out of prison. Right now is the time. He would have never had to go nowhere, fam. Yeah, I never tell everybody. They be thinking they know everything because they'll know, like, I would have said a lot. So they be thinking, yo, I could do it without Frost. And then have you seen any of these people that tried to snake me be able to do any of these things without me? Any of them? No. How many people did I help make YouTube pages? Have you seen any of them be able to do this without me? Shout out to that glory. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. It is what it is. I'm not upset. I think this is where I was supposed to be anyway, so it don't matter. I think I was supposed to meet a certain person, so it don't matter. If he ever listened to me, he'd probably still be a factor. I agree. I didn't do anything but give good advice. And the years after that, how often have I predicted what was going to happen, not just in hip hop, but in politics and everything? So I think I have an understanding of cause and effect. At least at the smallest, I think I have an understanding of cause and effect. Outside of anything that might be extrasensory that allows for me to be able to predict any of these things, I think I have an understanding of cause and effect. I think I do. Hell, we can still do the thing. Not for nothing. It'll still work It just won't work like gangbusters. He would have worked like gangbusters at that time. It'll still work. My idea would 100% still work. 100%. And if he's smart, he'll do something before Shotty get out. But it'll, because once Shotty get out, any control he thought he had over any narrative is gone. The only hope he has is if your man Jim Jones is not necessarily, rocking with Shotty. That's the only, he would need that, in my opinion. But what the hell do I know, right? What do I know? Shout out to everybody involved. I have nothing against anybody. Shout out to everybody involved in the situation. I have nothing against anybody. But yeah, somebody gave him bad advice. I'm not even going to say who it was, but they gave him bad advice, man. You don't got to pay him. And already, that nigga, he don't like paying nobody. All right? That's part of some of the issues that they was having over there. He don't like paying people. But also, they was doing stuff. I'm not going to get into that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not getting into that. It's not something I really want to get into. Of course, I'd have to say, like, I don't really want to get into that. Corey K said, it's up. Okay. It's all the way up. I'm not even sure why, but sure. Why not? Yeah. Shout out to you, Corey K. I'm just going to be clear about this. I'm going to say this with the understanding that this might not work out the way you might want it to work out if that's actually Corey K. It might not be. That might just be some random person pretending to be Corey K. But this is not going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out. I promise you. And I'm talking to whoever's behind the account. I'm not talking to the actual Corey K. Whoever's behind the account. Y'all know police and FBI and all types of different other shit watch my page, right? Still, to this day. So I don't know if that's the real Corey K or not, but whoever's behind that account, you better hope don't nothing happen to me. You better pray. You know, I have friends that's like commissioners or like of police precincts, right? Like friends. Like I repost them on Instagram, shit like that. I got their phone number, call them up sometime, be like, yo, what's good? You do know that, right? Oh, you don't know that. All right. Nah, keep threatening. Put it in the chat. Keep threatening. I ain't gonna stop you. I'm not even gonna kick you. And let's get back to what we was talking about. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm not talking about what anybody is with anything. And I'm not going back and forth with anybody on anything. Let's be clear on this. I'm just going to be clear on this. I'm not going back and forth with nobody on nothing. But I promise you, if you come after me, the thing you think is going to happen is probably not the thing that's going to happen. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of good people that know I'm a good person. It's not going to work out for you. Pardon me. Let me rephrase that. There's a lot of good people in positions of power and authority that know I'm a good person. So, do what you want to do. I don't like being here anyway, so do what you want to do. It's up. Anyway. Oh shit, I gotta run to the store. I gotta run to the store. What time is it? You know what? I'll go get lunch today. I want to cook, but everything got to be cooked from scratch because I got that kind of ingredients. I got the kind of ingredients you need a wife for. A lot of good shit could be made though. Don't get it confused. I'm gonna go to the store though. I'm making shit. What about language? Yes, it's the best way to cook. Could we talk about that for a moment? As Miss McGillicuddy said, we got your back, Jack. It's up and stuck. Could we talk about that for a minute? So I think like that's the number one thing us men should be looking for nowadays. A woman that can cook at home. And for the women that's like, oh, you just want to cook, not a problem. You're not for me. So for the women that say you just want to whatever, you're not for me. So not a problem. What are you concerned about? You're not for me. Why are you concerned about there being a person that is for me being out there and me wanting to find them? Why are you concerned with that? Why is that a concern of yours? You should be upset at the people who should have taught you certain things. Like, I'm a man, so there's just certain things that I should know how to do. Even if I don't know how to do them well, I know how to do them and I'm up for it. Because I'm a man. I'm just going to throw that out there. So, yeah, no. If we could start, I think that's one of the main reasons why if you go to a lot of like more rural areas, people are just healthier. So when I grew up before everybody dubbed me, and you know, and I was still had people living in the home with me when I was a kid. One thing I will say is my father came home every night and cooked some type of rice and beans. For, you know, you have the dry beans and the dry rice. So we have food like that in my house. So I didn't know how to cook that type of stuff when I was like 8. I didn't know how to do that type of shit. I think I cooked rice one time with my friend Freddie down the block. Shout out to Freddie. And then after that, like that was like a thing he talked about for like a year. Like, remember that time we cooked rice? Yeah, man, I remember. But shout out to that. I think he went and told his moms. And then after that, she was a lot kinder to me. Like she was already kind to me, you know, but she was even more kind to me. You know, sometimes kids ain't bad, yo. I wasn't nowhere near a bad kid, but sometimes kids ain't bad. They just don't have direction. You know, no disrespect to anybody, but you know, sometimes they just don't have direction. You know, sometimes the people that are there to give them direction don't know how to, but if they did, they would, you know. I think we need to bring home ec to every single school, especially high school. I think it should be in elementary school also. And I think we should bring woodshop to every single school, with the exception of elementary school, because we don't want kids working with saws and shit. I think junior high school and high school should have woodshop. In junior high school, you get it your last year. And in high school, you have to take it 1 year in high school. So kids can learn how to make a damn chair. Learn how to make some shelves. Learn how to build a home. These are skills that young men should know. I don't have these skills. I wish I did. I go build a chair for her right now. I hate that my brain just immediately goes to stupid shit. Oh man. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, best way to cook. See, this is why I gotta get off the damn show. Anyway, trade schools. I went to a trade school. I went to a. You talking about for high school or for college? Whatever, extra. So I went to Bronx Community College initially, and then there was a situation where I beat a dude up, and so I got into a disagreement with the school, and for whatever the reason is, I just decided to leave. Because initially, I'll tell you the story. So initially, what happened was, freaking. I'm in class. It's a kind of long story, but I guess I'll tell the whole story. So you just got to know I beat the kid up. So I don't really want to go into this. It's a really long story. There's a lot of stuff happened. There was a lot of moving parts. All right, fuck it. So I'm in Bronx Community College. We have communications class. They forced me to take communications class. I did not want to take it because I was taking up business management. So when you take up business management, there's a couple of classes that you have to take. One is psychology. The other one is communications. You have to get like a certain amount of credits in these two classes. And then you go. Give me 1 second. So I was in communications class, so we had to have a assignment, and you had to have 4 people on the team. But what happened was, the day that the teams was being made, I was absent that day for whatever the reason. I don't know. I used to walk. Let me show you something. I don't know why I used to do this either, because I had money. Like, so I just want to show y'all just like how my workout regimen was. Like, you have no idea how dedicated I was to working out and exercising. Oh, hold on. All right, so I'm going to show y'all something real quick. So I used to live on 165th in the Grand Concourse, right? What in the hell was they showing that for? That's not 165th in the Grand Concourse. And there we go. All right, so look. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Street. All right, so I used to walk from here, right, to here to go to school. I did not have to walk, by the way. So this is my school, where I used to go to school. That's our football field right here. Alumni gym. This is Bronx Community College. Right here, right? So I used to walk from here, from there to there, to go to school. I did not have to, by the way. I just did. I don't know why I was like that. To me, that was just down the block. I'm just being honest with you. That's just down the block for me. I have no idea how many miles that is. I wonder. Yeah, but for me, that was just like right down the block. That's what I considered. So I used to walk from there to there, to school and back home every day. So for whatever the reason was, I didn't go to school on whatever particular day it was that we was making the teams, the groups. And neither did a couple of other people. So when I showed up the next day, we had 3 people on our team. It was me, some black chick, and some light-skinned dude. Right? I don't know neither one of these people. In any regard, we exchange phone numbers. So we exchange phone numbers. I go to where was I coming from? Anyway, so the black chick sits next to a dude. Now, I've never seen this guy a day before in my life. But I call her up on the phone because I'm trying to hit it. I'm just being honest with you. I'm trying to hit it. So I call her up on the phone. And the whole entire time, I'm just trying to, it is what it is. So she starts saying to me that I'm, cool because there's a dude that sit next to her. And I'm the only guy, like, in the class that don't make fun of him. Now, I just want to be honest with you. I never even seen this dude before. So, he's been there, but I never even saw him. Like, he never stood out in any regard. I was like, why people make fun of him? Because you got to sound interested. She was like, because he's gay. I was like, oh. right. And then I just changed the subject because I don't care about none of that. None of that's going to help me get laid. So I changed the subject immediately. In any regard, I never got with her. In any regard, finally the day comes where we got to give our presentation into class. So basically, these guys went and worked on the presentation, and their whole plan was for me to just do the talking. Because that's always what the plan is. Every time I'm on a team, for some strange reason, I do the talking while everybody else do the work. And even if I do the work, I still got to do the talking. So whatever, nigga. Part of my language. In any regard, so on the day of when we got to give the presentation, I'm sitting in class. So now I need to explain this to you. I sit here. I'm like in the second row. There's a seats right here, and then the seats that's here face that way because they're against the wall. There's a door. There's about 3 or 4 seats right here, about 3 maybe, and then there's a door in the front of the room, and the back blackboard's up that way, and then there's a door in the back of the room on the other side of like 3 or 4 desks or whatever the case is, right? So I'm sitting 1 seat, 2 seat. I'm probably the 3rd or the 4th seat in a row, right? So the window is over there. This is the door to leave. The blackboard is there. That's the back of the room. There's probably about 4 rows in back of me, in the back of the room, right? Like from where I'm sitting. In that direction, there's probably about 5 to 6 rows, maybe 6 rows, just so we could get an understanding of how large the classroom was. So they sit against the window, and the seat that they sit against the window face this way because the seats against this wall face this way, and the seats against that wall face this way. So that's how the room is made. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. I don't care. So I'm sitting down, and there's this chick that's sitting next to me, and there's 2 chicks that sit next to me. 3. There's one that's sitting back of me. There's one that sit right here, and there's one that sit right there. The one that sit right here looked just like Gina from Martin. I had the biggest crush on Gina from Martin. If you want to know how it feels to be in a relationship with me, think Martin. In any regard. So Shorty looked like Gina from Martin. So I've been trying to scoop her. And on this particular day, I noticed she has a ring on her finger. I don't know if she's really married or she just wear it or whatever. So I'm busy trying to, I'm doing what I'm doing. You know how sometimes you feel people staring at you? So I turn around and the mofo was just staring at me like this. So I'm like, think nothing of it. I turn around, I'm talking to the shorties, right? People giving a presentation up there. I'm talking. I was just that guy. I'm sorry about this. In any regard. And then I turn back around and the mother effer's still looking at me. Then he winks and licks his lips. I immediately jump up and said, "You better never do that shit again." Dumb loud. Scared half of the room, if not the whole entire room. People was like, "What the hell was happening?" Teacher, everybody's like, "What's going on?" He said, "What did I do?" I said, "You know what you did." I said, "If you ever do anything like that again, I'm gonna F you up, and I'm not playing." He was like, "What did I do?" I didn't want to say what he did. Multiple different reasons. But the number one reason was the minute that I explain that I'm pissed off because this motherfucker made a pass at me, there's going to be individuals that's going to say that that's not a big deal when that is a big, big deal. I don't want to get into that theology. I don't want to get into the conversation behind what God wants and what God doesn't want, because in this moment, we're literally fighting Satan. This isn't talking with Satan. It's fight time. So dudes start going back and forth saying all types of different things, basically trying to get me to say what he did because he's trying to create a spectacle. I don't say nothing. It gets to a point, I said, "You know what? I'm not talking to you no more. Let's just go meet outside the steps after class." Let me show you something. So Go backwards. I want to show y'all. Sheesh, get off all of this. Hold on. I want to show y'all the layers, right? And then now we want to zoom. So, for them, it's back this way. The heck? There we go. It's over here. So let me show you something. So outside, you see this? Those is steps. Those is the steps leading into the building. So we was in this building. Right here. So we was in specifically, I think we was in this building right here. You gotta, this is where the things is. Up here is like administrative stuff. So we was in this building right here. So I told him after class, I don't even want to talk. We just gonna meet outside over here because that's off of school grounds. So once I told dude that, the damn administrator, whoever the person was that was running the class, because it wasn't a teacher, it's probably just an instructor. It's a communication class. You just get an instructor. The instructor immediately went to the dean and security. Once I said that, because I sat down, I ain't look at dude no more. I ain't talk, no nothing. I just sat down. That was it. I just stared forward. He was still over there rattling on and off. I wasn't saying nothing. Just preparing. That's it. We getting prepared. You know, I might have to, this might pop off as soon as we step outside this door right here. I'm just getting prepared. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking. So he going crazy. So the dean, as soon as the whoever that instructor was, as soon as I said that, he said, I'm going to get the dean and securities. So he walked outside, black dude. So he walked outside the class. Once he walked outside the class, the gay dude was like, I don't got to deal with this, and picked up his bags. Now he picked up his bags. He walked that way. He started walking out of the class. He stops in front of my row, turns around, looks at me, then turns around like this and starts walking down my row. So I stand up immediately. We ain't doing this. Hand to God, like I love anything. So we about, I don't know, about as far away as this mic is from me right now. We about that far. Probably about that far. Might have been closer. You know how people be before the fight. We might have been closer. So dude swung. I got up. Bang! I caught it. This is hand to God. I got up. I caught it. I grabbed him. Like this. I went like this. Now, the one thing about when you grab somebody by the shirt like this and you go like this, you pull them in closer. Like they, so you don't do this. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do this. You do this. You understand? So I grabbed him like this. I blocked. I caught the block. He swung on this side. I caught the block. Boom. Then I grabbed him like this. Boom. And then I stepped over through. And then I twisted my hips and threw him straight to the ground. So I grabbed him like this. He was on this side. I grabbed him like this. Boom. Then I stepped over, threw him like this, and then I twisted and I threw him to the ground. Boom. So now we on the ground. So now we rolling around on the ground. And then finally we get to like the front of the classroom, and I get up and he's still kind of down, and I'm hitting him. Bam. I'm hitting him. And then he gets all the way back up, and we fight some more. We tussle a little bit more, and we make it all the way to the back of the room over there. So then homeboy that I'm that was on in the jump off with me, that we was in the same group, that I don't even know this light skinned nigga. Shout out to him. He grabbed dude white boy style. You know how like in the movies the white boys always grab you like this, and then somebody punches you in the stomach. Ooh. So they grabbed the dude white boy style. I said, let him go. I did that with my arms too. This is a fact. I said, let him go. Let him go. So God was like, okay. So he let him go, and I just went back to work. Just went back to work. And then he went like this and covered up. And once he went like that and covered up, I stopped hitting him. Because we don't do that over here. We're going to be right inside of God 100% of the time whenever the opportunity affords itself. All right? 100% of the opportunity. We are going to be right with God. So he went like this and covered up. Now, the one thing I didn't add, the dude was about 6'2", and he was West Indian. So all the gay shit that he was saying sounded bananas. Like, I'd never heard a West Indian nigga talk Parliament language. I'd never seen a gay West Indian before talk. So it sounded bananas. Everything the dude said, it was just like, what? That was the first time I ever seen a gay West Indian dude, fam. I promise he's never going back to the island. I mean, I don't know. They said Buster's gay. I mean, I don't know about none of that stuff. But at this point, man, anywhere where the Democrats is at, is a lot of that gay stuff going on. So it is what it is. In any regard, that's confusing as heck, fam. That's probably why I never, because I don't pay attention to dudes. You understand? Like, I'm not never paying attention to dudes, so I never noticed. You know, I didn't know. The hell? I'm not. That's why I don't get, like, when one guy was talking about another guy and be like, yo, I think that guy's gay. I'm like, why? Why are you watching him? I don't know if he's gay or not, but I know I'm not going to watch that guy close enough to find out. How is him being gay in any way help or benefit my life or hurt my life? The hell do I care? He's probably not even gay. You probably just hating. You probably just hating. He probably ain't even gay. You just hating. Was there some really pretty girl that like him? That's probably what's happening. It's probably a really, really super pretty girl that like him. And you hating. You're trying to discourage her. You're trying to make her think that there's something wrong with this handsome man. I'm assuming the man is handsome if it ain't me. I mean, even if it is me, obviously he is. In any regard, because that sounds way more, that's not me. Like, but I know I'm not. I know I'm a handsome man, but, like, we're not going to do that. That wasn't said out of hubris. Yeah, so, the whole reason why I wanted to tell the story. So, you know them rat bastards called me up and was gonna send me to jail because the dude went and complained. He was beat up. He went and complained and said I attacked him because he was gay. I left out a part. So while I was fighting him, all of the students in the class damn near was holding the door shut and making sure nobody could see in the glass. Because no one liked him. And the reason why no one liked him is because he was some gay dude that stayed like looking at other straight men and trying to get a reaction out of them. I can't stand them gay niggas. The other gay people that's just gay, living your life, I don't really care what you're doing, fam. I have no feeling one way or the other for you. You do what you're doing, all right? I feel about you however, right? I don't. But the ones that stay trying straight dudes, I can't stand. Those are the rapists. I can't express this enough. Those are the rapists. That's an entire rapist mentality. So whenever I see a gay dude operating like that, I get it. I understand what demon is in them. I get it immediately. So I immediately dislike them because I understand what they are. And I'm not talking about gay people. I'm talking about the gay men specifically that try straight men. I understand what they are. Now they know a dude 100% straight, but they trying to make it look like he gay. Nah, I get it. I know what you are. Don't worry. Satan is he's gonna reward you here. But after you leave here, you're gonna have to deal with trying to do one of the things God hates the most. And I'm not talking about being gay. I'm talking about trying to encourage somebody to do something that God will prefer that we don't do. So you have a whole nother thing to deal with, fam. I was walking outside the other day. I gotta watch where I walk. So there's this block that I walk down, and I specifically walk down it because don't nobody be on it. Now they open up the other entrance back at Seagate again, so I don't have to. I could walk all the way around the other way. So I generally prefer to walk down the streets where people are not at. I don't really care to walk down the streets where everybody is at. I want to be where nobody's at. So I'm walking down the block the other day. Some gay dude comes around the corner and start blushing. I want to punch this nigga dead in the mouth. I ain't even gonna cap. I'm not gonna do that, and I can't be on that type of time. But I want to punch this dude dead in the mouth. Don't look at me and start blushing. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna get off the live. I'm obviously feeling away, and I'm hungry right now. I ain't gonna lie, so I gotta go get some grub. And I got some other stuff I'm supposed to be getting prepared for. And we got a basketball tournament that's gonna be coming up soon, so that's gonna. So that's gonna be cool. Crisp. It's like it's too big. It's like too much. I'm looking for anything that's shorter than this, so I can, like, what the hell is going on with my reflexes? Like, what the heck, man? Anyway, so we got this basketball tournament coming up. We have to make some amendments to this and before we put it out, but we got a basketball tournament coming up. Trophies, cash, and prizes. We're going to be doing. Got a ton of other things that we're trying to do in our community and bring to the kids. You know, you're out there in the world and you're trying to do stuff, you know? You're out there in the world, you're trying to do stuff. And you're trying to do good stuff. There's going to be people that's going to try to stop you. Because Satan is always hard at work. Let's just try to remember those elements. That being what it is. Oh, I think I might cook some. You know what I want so bad? I do not know how to make beef stroganoff. I really, really want beef stroganoff so bad. I have to go years without eating beef stroganoff. I love beef stroganoff. In any regard, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day. Go out in the world. Do something worth doing. Stamp God's name on it. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. That's all I get on this one. I'm out.
Hey! Is the noon train on time?
Supposed to be.